Hazy mind. Tapi ya disyukuri apa yang ada. Nah, saya bisa lihat akhirnya. Enggak sih, masih nggak terlalu jelas. English language. Besok itu hari apakah? Kenapa libur? Tadi aku mampir ke tempat si Grain. Jumat. Iya, Jumat. Tahu aku Jumat. Tapi Jumat Agung. Jumat Agung itu apa? Untuk orang yang agama Kristen kan ya? Seharusnya. Bukankah? Sound volume. Return. Tadi aku mampir ke tempat si Grand. Terus katanya besok libur. Jadi dia bisa main. Terus bilangnya besok itu Good Friday. Aku tak tahu tuh besok tuh libur. My thoughts fragment my mind like shard of glass. I can feel each suicidal thought slicing me from within. I'm tired of battling with my own mind, with each day growing increasingly burdensome. Yes, Jumat Agung, begitukah? Apakah Joe merayakan juga? Good Friday. Antidepressant and sleeping pills, my daily allies, will yet again become today's escape from this world. Internally, I'm screaming in pain, but the fear of what death might bring holds me back. Apakah dirayakan secara besar-besaran? Apakah Joe juga merayakan? Is it worth the fight, even when everything inside is pleading from surrender? Dulu sih ada ibadah, sekarang tidak lagi kah? Tapi aku kayaknya kemana-mana besok. Baik, apakah mau streaming besok kalau begitu? Death seems like a relief, but what if it's just a different kind of pain? Thoughts spin in my mind, but my heart keeps on beating. Oh, this game is called Hazy Mind. It's a visual novel and I received the key to play this game for free from Keymailer. Probably kinda triggering content, so beware, I guess. And yeah, as usual, if you guys wanted to know more about the game, feel free to type !G or game in the chat room. Thank you. Enjoy the stream. Enjoy the broadcast. Maybe lagi FVP sekalian beres-beres kosan sebelum pulkam. Oh, baik. Pulkam? Oke. Kayak aku pikirnya kalau pulkam apa tidak nanggung ya. Apakah cuti semingguan? Gara-gara mau lebaran? Aku kepo bagi orang kantoran gimana. Karena aku kayak ngeliat beberapa teman-temanku itu update tanggal 1 sampai tanggal 12 itu tidak kerja gitu. Jadi pelayanannya buka tanggal belasan lagi. Kan panjang banget ya berarti. My hallucinations morph into terrifying creatures, squirming in my mind like worms offering no peace. Fear paralyzes me, leaving me in the darkness with only my thoughts for company. A bottle of pills in my hands, my heart pounding in my chest, a terrifyingly real reminder of the life I wish to end. Gak libur sih, cuma WiFi aja. Ah, baik. Aku kayak kepikiran kalau misalnya pulkam apa tidak nanggung lebaran ya. I understand how strongly emotions overwhelm me. I understand how long I have thought about this. But my brain continues to look for reasons not to do it. In the end, my self-hatred still wins. The pills feel as icy as snow. Their coldness seeps through my skin, swiftly sweeping away the last remnants of doubt. Closing my eyes, I swallow them one by one. The pill? My mind starts to fog from the pills I've taken. A strange moment of silence ensues. It's as if the world has slowed its rotation, giving me time to reconcile with my fate. The sensation of the pills in my throat feels like a sharp blow to my back, a confirmation of the irreversible decision I've just made. Okay. The world starts to slowly fade away as if someone is gradually turning down the brightness on the TV. My consciousness became foggy, thought mingle, quickly turning into meaningless chaos. I hear my own breathing, its cycle getting quieter and less frequent. The last thing I feel is the heaviness of my eyelids, which close involuntarily. I surrender to lifeless yet soothing oblivion. Okay. Suddenly a glimmer sparks in the darkness and I see a dream. There are scenes from my life, moments of both happiness and suffering. As each second passes, those images become more vivid, adopting shapes, color, and sounds. Some of them are kind, reminding me of times when I laughed when I was so happy, but there are dreams that pierce me, reminding me of what led me here. I dive deeper and deeper into the dream. It's like a journey through my own soul. And suddenly, in this endless depth, I begin to see light. It's a warm, muted glow that beckons me from the darkness. I'm drawn to this light like a moth enticed by fire. And when I touch this light, I can feel it start to fill me, rousing me from the dark sleep. My eyes open. Oh! I feel the solid surface of the bed comforting my body. So, was it a dream or no? It's a feeling of emptiness, as if a part... What? I'm finding it harder to breathe. My mind screams, seeking answers I don't have. Everything around starts to seem distant and insignificant. I'm lost in my own world. There is a game audio. I can't hear anything. It's so loud. Oh, there is an audio. I can't hear anything. I thought it's just silent.
Hello. You've finally woken up.
Wow, finally there's a sound.
You must be feeling lost and confused right now, unsure of where you are and who I am.
Who are you?
Don't worry. I'm here to help you. I need to tell you something that might be hard for you to hear, but it's important that you know.
Okay.
This isn't the first time this has happened. You've woken up with no memory before.
Ah.
Your memory is reset. You cannot remember yesterday or any day before that.
She's so kind and to actually wanted to give and deliver the same news every time I wake up. Why don't you like write it on a paper or something?
After a failed suicide attempt, you went through a lot of stress, and that's why you can't remember things.
Who are you?
Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. My apologies. My name is Marana. Your mom hired me to look after you, as every night you wake up oblivious to the world around you. My role is to be a beacon in the early hours, to help you navigate through the confusion. Of course, I am also here to assist you in regaining your memory. By the way, my duty is to provide you with a guide on what to do when I'm not around, and where to find essential items you might need. Here, this is the guide. As you can see, it's a bit worn out since you've used it prior.
Aid kit in your cabinet. Kitchen, straight down the corridor, then take left, right. Emergency, call 911, phone is on the table. Address City Arc, Budif Street 4. Okay. Huh.
In case of emergencies, the first aid kit is in your cabinet at the very bottom. You'll instantly recognize it. It looks like a typical first aid kit. Just to be on the safe side, I've sketched a picture of it here in the guide, so you can be sure you found the right box. To get to the kitchen, you will need to leave your room, walk straight down the corridor, then take a left. That's where you'll find the kitchen. If something happens to either of us, dial 911. That's the number for emergency services. Your phone is on the table. The phone is switched on and fully charged. You've always had a knack for figuring out how to use it, so I'm sure you won't have any issues there. What else was there? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, right. If you have to call an ambulance, you'll need to know your address. It's 4 Buddiv Street, Arc City.
Buddiv. It's not Buddiv, but it's Buddiv. Okay.
It might be a bit challenging to remember right now, so I understand. However, everything I have just told you is written down on this note. Please, keep it safe and always have it with you, okay? Great. You're doing very well. Now, to add a little joy to the moment, I've prepared something special for you. I cooked your all-time favorite dish, toast with egg. It's important to fuel your body. After eating, I can give you a tour around your room and help you discover more about your life that's been temporarily forgotten. So don't rush yourself. Eat at your own pace. I'll be here. Well, since you're done with your meal, we have one more thing to do.
Okay.
You'll need to take these pills. They're antidepressants. They've been prescribed by a doctor to keep any panic attacks at bay. Without them, things could become difficult, and I don't want that for you. I don't want to appear as if I'm forcing you to take some strange pills, especially if you are uncomfortable. That is not my intention. While it's a condition for me to be able to show you the room, the decision is completely yours. Just so you know, regardless of your choice, I will still guide you around the room. And I understand if you choose not to take them. Will you take these pills or not?
It's antidepressant. Yes.
I had faith you would make the right choice.
You made a great choice. You truly did. Did I?
You'll need to take 2 pills to ensure everything goes smoothly. I know it might sound a bit daunting, taking 2 instead of 1, but trust me on this. Nothing adverse will happen. Here, these are the pills.
This is actually weird. I don't know, somehow but I have choose the choice already. It's a choice matter game, but I mean, if I choose like take 2 pills, what if I don't want to drink the pill? Will she force me to drink the pill?
Just take them with water and let them do their job. I've noticed a shift in your gaze. Are you feeling all right? Please, you must tell me. If the antidepressants are affecting you adversely, it's better to stop taking them.
Suspicious.
Okay then. The next thing we need to do is explore your room. However, I see that it will be difficult for you to get up, and you'll certainly need my assistance. Give me your hand so I can help you rise.
Oh, the girl, the poster. Okay.
I understand that you are curious and have many questions.
About?
Let's do a question and answer session
Huh?
before we check out your room.
This is so thorny.
Choose your questions carefully, because I won't answer them a second time. Of course, you can save and revisit these questions, but trust your initial instinct. That's my advice. So, what do you want to know?
What do I want to know? Where is my mom? Mom? Why did I decide to attempt suicide?
Well, I can't tell you straight away, and I can't say I fully understand you in this regard. You have a loving mother, your own room. I believe you should have valued this more. You even had friends and popularity. In some ways, you were fortunate in life.
In some ways.
However, that's just my opinion. Sorry. You can only come to understand the reasons for your actions by going through your diary. Only then will you better understand yourself. Right now, we are in the question phase, and soon we'll move to the room inspection, and then you will find out everything about yourself. Do you have any other questions?
Is this a dream? At the end, will I just fall asleep and everything will repeat? 2. Let's ask this question.
You probably wanted to ask how it all used to end. At the end, you just fall asleep again. So we'll spend the whole day here, and by lunchtime, you'll sleep. When you wake up, you will again remember nothing, but progress is made each time.
Oh, I wanna say I don't understand. The concept is basically time loop, like other game, like probably Homebody. Homebody is also time loop type of game. It just doesn't feel like it actually makes sense. You know, like in the beginning, she said before that I'm basically forgetting everything after I fall asleep. And then if I fall asleep after lunchtime, I'm going to be able to continue my progress? Or it's basically just returning to the beginning again?
Your psychiatrist says that it will end as soon as you come to terms with your past. Do you have any other questions?
Why do you look so strange? How can I remember everything forever? Diary? That's probably the answer.
Do you mean how to overcome amnesia? To clarify, you have dissociative amnesia, but it's a bit more severe. Dissociative amnesia involves forgetting personal life, events, and biographical formats while retaining general knowledge. This type of amnesia arises from psychological trauma. In your case, the suicide attempt was a severe trauma. Moreover, when you sleep, you can't retain the information from the day. However, I'm not a doctor to tell you how to cure this. I'm only quoting your psychotherapist. The therapist also mentioned that perhaps by coming to terms with the information you recall, you might heal. But obviously, that has not happened yet. Do you have any other questions?
Are you sure this isn't a dream? Are you a real person?
You never cease to amaze me. Or you're just mocking me. Sorry. I understand you have amnesia, so I won't get mad at you. Yes, I'm real. Otherwise, how could I have made you a piece of toast with egg?
I mean, you could just order the food.
I don't know what else to say in response. Your graceful attempts to ask questions have ended. Now, we need to look around the room.
Okay. I have to click. Oh. There's only 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Another poster, but this one you bought when you were a bit older. You were a fan of anime, it seems? But since you were a child, you mostly watched romance. I understand you. I was the same. Only later do you realize that such things don't happen in real life. Or do they? Maybe it just hasn't happened to you yet. Don't lose hope. Anything can happen in the future, right?
Probably yes. Probably.
But that's not really important. Later, you regretted buying the poster, but you can't take it down because it would ruin the wallpapers. This is a poster of a rock band you liked as a child. You know, you used to buy these posters and stick them up, but later on you thought it was a bad decision. At least this poster still hangs here, reminding you of your childhood and how you were a huge fan of this band. I think removing the poster is not a good idea. It would take off the wallpaper as well, ruining the look of your apartment. You can continue looking around the room.
3 more item.
This is the plant your mom gave you for your birthday. Surprising it's still alive after so long. Just kidding. It's really because you've always taken such good care of it. Good job. Lately with your health troubles, it's your mom who's been looking after it mostly.
Okay.
This is the coziest place on the planet. Oh god, if it were up to me, I would sleep in bed all my life. I know it's not much different from death, but I love dreaming, so death is not. Though who knows? Maybe we really do dream after we die. Think about it. But let's not talk about me, right? It's about you. This is the bed you sleep in. Usually, you just lie there and stare at the ceiling. As a child, it seemed you had fun glow-in-the-dark stickers that you would gaze at for a long time when you couldn't sleep. I should start by saying that all information I'll share comes from your mother. This is your laptop. You enjoyed listening to audiobooks and playing games. You also use the laptop for your studies. You even made friends online to play games with. This laptop is like an extension of you. You practically spent all your time on it. As soon as you left school, you initially spent a lot of time on your laptop. Apparently, you were attempting to isolate yourself from reality and its consequences. But soon after, you grew tired of it and stopped playing video games. I'm not sure if it was a good or bad decision, but it definitely changed your life a bit. By the way, you can look into your laptop and see what's there. Want to check? Well then, take a seat in the chair and you can take a look.
I sat down on the chair and opened my laptop. Any? Oh my god, there are no file name and I have to basically tic-tac-toe. It's a mini game. Let's try one more time, yeah. No. Okay. Ayo. Okay. You are too pushy. You are too pushy towards me. Even now, you are willing to embarrass yourself just to talk to me. Okay. What? Apa yang what? Don't apologize. I'm the one who should be apologizing, so please forgive me. I hope. Pushy. Not puss. No. Wow, I'm not even interested in how you are doing. I asked out of politeness, although I don't even remember the last time I did. I've been silent about this for so many years and finally I can speak out. This feeling is priceless. I'm just as insecure as you, which is why I couldn't tell you all. this right away. It's a pity I'm saying this so late, but it's better late than never. You would continue to live in a lie and in a colorful world where I'm your best friend, where internet friends will definitely meet, and where everyone cares about each other. What kind of magical world is that? You know what else? Your childish behavior really annoyed me. Wow! Okay. Huh? That is so deep. Hmm? Her life was a series of rehearsal and brief shows, her movements a display of disciplined grace. But her eyes held uncried tears. She wanted to remember something different, a deep personal love, not the fleeting praise she was used to. Icarus, calm and thoughtful, agreed to help but warned her. He said that sometimes our heart would want what only real life can give. Elara, desperate, agreed. For days Icarus worked hard. He created a memory of true love for Elara, full of first glances, touches, and whispered words in the quiet night. Okay. He made a memory where Elara danced not for an audience but for someone who loved her deeply. When the time came, Elara experienced this memory. She found herself on a starry balcony, dancing with a blurred figure, feeling a love that filled her. She woke up joyful, thanking Icarus for letting her feel love. Icarus, a bit sad, told her that it was just a shadow of real love. What kind of laptop is this? In the future, cities float in the sky and people can reach the star. Ah? No. Aylas often wondered if he could really feel things or if he was just copying what he saw. One day, as the sun was setting, Aylas found an old teddy bear. It was old and worn out, but Aylas liked it a lot. He called it Tim and always took it with him like a friend. Years passed and Aylas started to break down. He moved slowly and didn't work as well, but he kept hoping people would come back. One night, Aylas stopped working near a fountain under the star. He understood something important. Feelings connect everyone, whether they are real or not, and they are a part of everything. Holding Tim, Aylas stopped working with a peaceful smile. He wasn't sure if his feelings were real, but he felt calm and connected to the humans he never met but knew from memories. The city stayed quiet, a reminder of the past, but Ayla's story stayed, showing how everyone looks for connection and tries to understand feelings. The writing in the game is... I wouldn't say hard to understand. Somehow so deep, somehow so wide, somehow felt so technical. They spent all their time together making their love story stronger even though they knew it would have to end. One cold day when the leaves were gone, Amelia passed away. Julian was with her, holding her hand. The room was very quiet, like when you finish a really good book. After Amelia was gone, the bookstore felt different to Julian. It was full of memories of her. He kept looking after the books, but he was never the same. The top shelf where Amelia's book was got dusty. It was like a reminder of the girl who had changed his life. Now, in the quiet corners of the bookstore, if you listen carefully, it feels like their love story is still there. Julian tells Amelia's memory, telling her stories. Their love lives on in the quiet moments in the bookstore.
Well, do you have some questions about your laptop?
Am I the writer of all of those files? Yeah, those stories, I wrote them?
Yes, you really did. As you can see, not every story has a happy ending.
It is basically everything like telling the reader you have to sacrifice a lot of things for their happiness, which is actually, I don't know, so deep, but also so...
But you're always trying to make stories with happy endings, like those in movies. I think the story with the ballet dancer shouldn't have ended like that. That ending was so stupid. Like, what? Why?
That's also basically my initial reaction. I also wanted to say I was confused. Like, the storyline is so sad. All three of them.
The story could have ended when Alara realizes the memories are fading. She's not happy anymore. The part about her finding a new love interest is so far-fetched. But the other stories, I really enjoyed them. You're a good writer, I think.
Do I?
Oh, no. I just confessed to looking at your laptop. Sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm just a bit tired from work, and when you sleep, I read those stories. Or I go to internet forums. They're funny, I think. But since you don't have much information on your laptop anyway, it's not a problem at all. You can continue looking around the room.
After I finish looking out the room, I'm going to continue to other game, yeah?
This is your diary, the most important thing you have, and reading it might take some time. But since you've clicked on it, you definitely need to read it. I won't disturb you during this time. Read at your own pace. If you want to share your emotions after reading, I'll be glad to listen.
I saw Morana sit down on a chair next to my table and close her eyes. Apparently with such a job, she gets very little sleep. I carefully picked up the diary and sat on the bed. It looked like a regular book. It didn't have all that many pages, but the book still seemed thick. Perhaps because I had read it so many times, the book had become slightly misshapen, adding to its thickness. I don't know what awaits inside, and the atmosphere started to get tense. Overcoming my anxiety, I finally opened the diary's first page and began to read. 22/08/2017. Hello. I decided to start a diary because Rhea told me it helps understand oneself and improves relationship with others. Basically, she seemed to be promoting it to me, so I bought a notebook and will try to write down everything happening in my life. Honestly, I don't think this will last long since I am not a very consistent person. I can't do the same thing every day, but we'll see, maybe it will work out. It's hard for me to write. I don't even know what to write about. What did I do today? Went to school, talked with friends, came home, did my homework, and now I'm just sitting at home. My mom's not home as usual and I have nothing to do. Well, technically, I have a lot I could do, like self-improve, prepare more for my lessons, play computer games, but I prefer to lie on the bed and stare at the ceiling. I don't know if everyone is as lazy as me or what is called procrastination, I think. Not sure about the spelling. When you can become anyone in this world, work hard, live your passion, but you choose to just lie on the bed. I think in the future I will read my diary and might not understand, maybe even blame myself for something. But I'm tired. Yes, I have many friends at school, I get good grades, and I even hang out with friends outside. I always smile and joke around them, trying to stay positive. Yet when I come home, I feel sadness and loneliness. Oh. Okay. But the writing in this one is good though. In this one. This feels like, and this actually, the tone of this sentences actually read like a diary, which is actually good, like a person trying to write a diary. Nothing seems to help, not video games, not studying, not even food. Maybe I'm just not in the mood. Honestly, thank you, diary. I feel like I vented to someone, like crying on a shoulder. I feel a bit better. But not getting an answer back is hard. It's like talking to a wall. Maybe I don't need a reply? Oh. Your purpose might be to be there for anyone who wants to share something privately but is afraid to. Anyway, I'll go now. 4/09/2017. Hello again, diary. It's been 2 days since school started. These days were normal. Rhea and I sat together, joked during breaks, and had lunch together. Today I brought her the cookies I baked at home and she shared a tasty salad with me. She loved the cookies. Rhea is genuinely a kind person. We have a lot in common, but she's not into video games. She prefers studying and she's really dedicated. I don't have that drive even though I get the same grades as her. I feel like school just prepares us to be perfect workers. It's like, do this, do that, don't question things. Or else you will get the lowest mark, or in job setting you might get fired. 13/09/2017. What happened now? Hello, diary. Recently our class was asked to write an essay about friendship. I spent a long time thinking about what to write. I have many friends, but what does this essay really want from me? Should I worry more about what the teacher thinks rather than what I truly feel? It's so absurd. At first, I wrote an essay expressing my real opinion that friends are just a way to avoid feeling lonely. Okay. After rereading it, I realized the teacher wouldn't like it. I tried to write something that would get me a good grade, but the problem was I sat with that paper for over an hour and I couldn't think of anything. I decided not to submit the essay and got the lowest mark. I chose not to tell my mom about it and she doesn't seem to care much about me anyway. If I had submitted the essay with my honest feelings, they might have sent me to a psychiatrist or even suspended me from school. That's life. A month later. Wow, okay. Something blooming. I've seen some girls flirting with guys and vice versa, but I always set boundaries and no one ever flirted with me. I never cared about such things and never even thought about it. But for the first time in my life, someone confessed to me. He just said it, honestly and openly, feeling it wasn't fair to keep it a secret from me and wanted an honest answer. I don't know how to respond to him because I don't feel that strong love described in movies or books. Still, I'm really frustrated by all of this. I'm even embarrassed to write to you about it because I'm usually so down when I talk to you, but now I'm smiling as I write this. It feels so unusual. He hasn't asked you about your feelings? It's been 3 weeks. I don't romanticize mental disorders like movies do. I think it's not normal and should be treated, otherwise people can completely lose their minds. Anyway, that's the weird situation I experience. Hello, diary. I don't know, but since the previous entry it felt so scary. Huh, okay. Sometimes we need to be cruel so people can get disappointed, move on, and forget about us. Okay? Okay. It's better for both Rhea and him to move on in life. I'm getting incredibly bored these days since I'm not attending school, so I entertain myself by imagining various creatures. Of course, I could play video games all day, but I'm tired of that. When you are free to do anything, it's hard to enjoy things that you once found pleasant after some time. Okay. Yet my mom loves me very much despite this and work hard for my sake, but what's the point of all this when I don't have a future? That's why I think it would have been better if I didn't exist. Are you going to kill yourself? At this age? I feel so bad that the only thing I can do is draw to distract myself from everything. The hallucinations are getting scarier, but I'm used to them. Sometimes I hear voices, but they are more like noise. My psychiatrist prescribed me antidepressant and antipsychotics, but she noted that they might have side effects. On top of that, I can't sleep at night. So I've also been prescribed some sleeping pills. But one sleeping pill usually doesn't help, so I take two. And now it seems I consume these damn pills instead of food, which aren't helping. I mean, they cost a lot of money and my mom stays late at work more often. She changed shifts and I barely see her now. I feel terrible because I fear that these voices will become more than just noise and I'll start listening to them. I don't want that. I don't want anything. Are those your imagination? Including these women? So Morana is just an illusion then? Okay. Wow, the audio.
Oh my god, how can someone be so stupid? I just can't anymore. Where is your intelligence? How can someone be like that? Haven't you tried thinking? I am not Rio, and even a fool would understand that, right? Even someone who hit their head 100 times could figure that out. But the nonsense in the diary that you made up, do you really believe all that?
Huh? I don't understand. Oh my god. So which one is actually the hallucination? Is it?
I understand it's a very sad story, but even this sad story is made up by you. Why invent such a tragic story for yourself? For a friend and a boyfriend? You hate the truth, don't you? Well, think about it again. Truth is, you never had any friends. You didn't have a Ria or a boyfriend either. You made them up. Just like you made me up.
Oh, I don't know. My god. The game is getting good, but I have to change another game. Oh my god, what should I do?
Practically everything you wrote in the diary is not true, but fiction. Think about it again. You write in your diary about how your boyfriend and your friend ignored the fact that you
Lanjutin.
disappeared.
Ah!
What nonsense is that? Think if you really had friends and a boyfriend, they wouldn't know where you live? That sounds illogical. Very illogical. Damn it, illogical. Do you really think they wouldn't visit you if you suddenly disappeared?
Well, it could happen. Like, people probably don't care that much.
Something like, oh, my best friend disappeared without telling me anything, and I'll just do absolutely nothing.
I mean, it happened. So, it's not gonna...
Yes, I love her, but she disappeared and I'll just accept it. That sounds stupid.
Well,
Don't tell me you actually believe they would continue their lives with your disappearance. Even considering that you're in school and you are practically children who can't do anything in this situation, your friends or your boyfriend wouldn't abandon you. They would try to find you. Something might have happened to you. Do you understand what I mean?
yeah.
Unfortunately, all of this is just your imagination. No one is going to look for you. In reality, you're just a lonely girl with schizophrenia and a bunch of psychological disorders who doesn't leave her home. You've had this illness since childhood. You didn't go to kindergarten or school because of it. And your mom kept you at home. You hardly saw the sunlight in your life. Not that it's her fault. She was scared to let you out among people because you always acted strangely, and other children always laughed at you and bullied you. Your father left your family not because of some student he found, but because of you, and you know it. It's all because of you.
Whoosh. My heart. This is so.
You've gotten too caught up in your own play. I'm tired of being in it. I'm leaving. Stay by yourself and enjoy the solitude, since you love to suffer, right?
Moya, this is so dramatic. Go after her? Not to go after her. Not to go after her. What's a cute creature? He is so adorable. I want to hug him and squeeze him to death. Eh? Wow, the audio in this game is so good. To be honest.
Why are you so afraid, darling? Can't even turn your head. Am I that terrifying to you? You're insulting me with this kind of behavior. If you don't turn around in 10 seconds, I will kill you. I am counting. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good girl. I thought that you were really stupid, but I see some progress. Well, well. Who do I see? A little girl, lost in her own mind. Did you get lost, dear? It must have been very scary to see what you saw. I understand you like no one else. It's okay. Sooner or later, this was bound to happen. What you see is your mother, or rather, what's left of her.
What do you mean? Like this one is the mother?
Ah, yes. Who did this to her, you ask, right? You did. So, you remember? Wow. I didn't know your memory worked even a little. Amazing. Really amazing. Astonishing. You remember everything, and yet feel not a speck of your guilt. You are such a petty creature. The most pathetic I've ever encountered. Decided to play God and take people's lives. What were you thinking?
Where is this going?
Your mother's only fault is that she raised you. An ungrateful pig. I don't see enough despair in your eyes. Do you really not care at all about what you've done? Don't you believe me? Or do you need proof? I understand. It's hard to admit and remember your crime. Better to remember nothing and feel no guilt, right? But you're lucky, because I will gladly show and tell you everything in detail. I'll open your eyes to the truth. It was a regular evening, and you had a fight with your mom. You had been arguing quite a bit lately, mostly about trivial things, and it no longer surprised you. You had gotten used to it. But at some point, your mom began to lose her mind with anger towards you. She got so angry that she started hurling terrible insults at you. She kept repeating one word. Wretch. Perhaps she said more, but all you could hear was the echoing word. Wretch. Let's talk more about how exactly you killed her. You don't remember? No? Look. Do you see the broken vase on the floor?
Do you mean I'm going to throw the face to her?
With that vase still filled with flowers, you tried to kill her as she turned toward the window. Honestly, you hesitated at first, but after grabbing the huge vase and hearing her insult you, you seemed to get a taste for it. I was telling you to do it at that moment. You know, to add a bit of courage, since you were always too timid to take bold actions. And at one point, after mustering a great deal of courage, you took a last breath before... Boom! Your mom had no opportunity to grasp what happened. But you missed when you threw the vase. But wait, what happened next? Your mom looked at you, not fully comprehending what you just did. Scared, you ran to the kitchen. Or maybe you wanted to run away from home. I'm not sure. Your mom chased after you, not understanding what was happening. You're in the kitchen. Your mom's in the kitchen.
Is the next sentence going to be like a knife?
But there's a difference. You're standing next to a branded, sharpened knife, which you take in your hand, and you point it at your mother. Your mother, naturally, is in total shock. She tells you, don't do anything stupid. You, like a complete rag, start to cry. Suddenly, your expression turned hateful. Before that, your mom tried to say something, to apologize. And what do you think happened next? I think you know and suspect what happened next. You plunge that huge knife into your mother's heart with momentum. Blood under pressure from the heart can enter the bronchi and trachea, causing blood to be coughed up. This can occur if the injury creates a passage between the heart cavity. I'm mentioning this because after a few seconds of shock, but you just watched it all happen, emotionless. Moreover, as she pleaded with you to help, to come to your senses, you made it even worse. You began to finish her off with the knife, with fierce hatred. And you laughed. With difficulty, body to a room. Later, you washed the blood off the floor as if nothing had happened. You propped a rag against the door to stop the smell of the corpse from spreading, closed it, and never entered again. You're probably in shock, aren't you?
Oh, I'm going to save it here. This is so tense. But I have to cover other game. Let's save it here. I cannot change the title. Okay. Let's continue this next time. Eesh, what a game, yeah? Setting? Menu. How to escape to main menu? Backlog? Oh, let's choose one. But there are no option for me to go back to the main menu. Oh, okay. Do we have a credit? No? Okay. Exit. What am I supposed to place it here? Hazy Mine. Part 1 till... What are you? Red Devil? Oh, also I wanted to make another cup of coffee, yeah? I'm feeling pretty sleepy, so I guess better for me to make another cup of coffee.